Wrapping out.
Shall we get Karguin in? Or have we already talked to him?
Yeah, we can talk to Karguin.
Alright, okay, I'm dragging him. 3, 2, 1. There we go. We've kidnapped Karguin.
Hello there, Karguin. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing fine. You?
I'm good. I'm good. All right. Before we go any further, before I even ask you what it is you work on the mod, can you explain why?
Yeah.
I'll explain what.
I
not
think
catching
you know.
No,
Yeah.
everything is fine. What are we talking about?
Neko thing and the model, the flag, the
Yeah, Corinia.
yeah. I just like you
Yeah.
to explain yourself.
So basically, there is this meme, Nekorg. Or actually, no, I'm gonna start from the start. So at first, there was a big bang, the whole universe formed,
Oh yeah.
and
might
then
just speed it up
Nekorg
a bit
formed as
more.
well. No, but in all seriousness, I was sitting in off topic, or was it in VC with Beppa or someone, and they joked about making a Nekorg version of Corin. And I just said, all right, I will do it. Sat down, created it in a day, just really badly drew it. And yeah, and from that it just spiraled out of the control. Like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It spiraled out of control as soon as you made that bloody it's not an emoji, it's god.
Sticker.
Yeah. You just
Yeah,
made the
that's
sticker and
the
it
start
kind
of it.
That's when it became a bit too far.
All right. So with that out the way, who are you and what do you do in Anbennar other than
So-
curse it?
Besides cursing Anbennar, I am an art reviewer, mostly focused in my own stuff on 3D stuff. I don't really do much of 2D stuff. I do make some flags once in a while or fix up some icons that people send, but I mostly create 3D models.
Right.
And of course, review stuff, which is a lot of work.
Yes. So I heard that the White Walls of Castanor are your doing as well. Is that
Yeah, that's correct. I actually didn't create them out of respect for the region or because of current arc. I am just writing the art guide with all of the stuff for 3D as well, and I
Yeah.
needed to just check out some stuff. So I thought I'm gonna create a map object to see how it's actually done, so I can write it down in the guide.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and can you explain why the walls seem to be going behind many of the towns that the provinces are in?
So the walls were mostly made with the river in mind, and
Right.
and based on how it's actually in CK3, because the White Walls of Castanor were first as a 3D model in CK3.
Okay.
So I use that as a reference. That's why you have halls in some places, like up north in the province of Hunter's Folly. Right there.
Northwood and Hunter's Folly.
Yeah, I tried to make it more logical, adding some watchtowers right next to those places, or even created a model for a river gate,
Mhm.
which is mostly used in Castanov. But now that I look at it, I forgot to add an actual gate.
Right. Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
notice
no.
the river gates. It's usually hidden behind the flag from Lower Castaneath. But
Yeah.
no, I see that there. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
actually going to be revamped. I'm gonna add more detail and just make it better, because right now I'm not quite happy with it. But that's on the backlog because I want to finish some stuff first before that.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Oh yeah, just switching from your nation for a second. So you say that I seem to remember you saying in a chat somewhere that you're going to be changing to you're going to be creating one more racial model to be used. What is that racial model?
Right now I'm working on the Centaur unit models. The first tier is already done with all of the animations and it's actually approved. I'm just didn't add it to the game because I don't want to put in something that's not finished yet, because it's
Right.
only one tier. And other than that, I was thinking about doing either harpies, dwarves, or maybe the mechanim, but the mechanims got scrapped, I think, so that one is off the list.
Right.
I am, of
Just
course,
technically making the models already.
yeah, they are the robot models, correct. And of course, other smaller project that I'm gonna do. The unit models are just like such a huge project to undertake.
Yeah.
By designing all 4 tiers, animating them. Because in my foolishness, when I started, I thought I'm gonna just take the hardest thing I can find, which was the Centaurs. And yeah, I got stuck on it. It's been like a year, and I only finished the first tier while doing, of course, other stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
That's like the main project that I'm supposed to finish, and it's not going quite well.
So, are you the one that made the one for the goblins and the kobolds as well?
The kobolds had their model before taken from, I think it was the Elder Scroll mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were just changed Argonians, and the goblins were actually Jale. All I did was do some touch-ups because Jale, while very talented, he doesn't have much experience in 3D, so the whole models had some flaws that had to be changed, like holes or just some pixels, random points going off the model. So
Okay.
I spent time fixing that, as well as the Harimari, which they also did, based on the Khajiit model, I think.
Yeah,
Very
from
cool.
the Elder Scrolls again.
and still an improvement from the previous Haimai model, which is just the Aztec model with the no head, so it looks like they've just got a big giant mouth.
It
Yeah, I
worked.
actually don't remember that model.
Yeah.
It worked. It was fine. But yeah, no, the new model is great. So yeah, it was something that we were actually talking about a little earlier, with the idea of a dwarf model, and I had mentioned that it would just totally work to take the original model that is currently being used and just like squish them a bit. But yeah, if there is the potential to get entirely new models made for dwarves, then I do think it does add
Hobbit, dwarf
quite a
armor,
lot.
cough.
I do think it adds quite a lot. I will say, especially because dwarves are in Anbennar, like I would say a standout feature of the mod.
Yeah.
So if I was to suggest like where the priority would be for which one you go for next, selfishly I would choose dwarves.
Well, my idea behind doing the other stuff besides dwarves is that because I have some experience and I am quite I trust my animating skills enough. Picking up harpies, which would be really hard to animate, is something that I could do. I don't know if anybody who would pick it up later could do it, so I just wanted to get the hard stuff out of the way.
That's
so
fair.
It's like a easy road for new contributors. Which,
Just
by the way,
future-proofing.
shameless plug, join the art team. If you don't have any skills you will learn, everybody can create at least a flag. Everybody is at least in some way artistically inclined.
That's fair.
I don't think I am at all. But
No, everyone is.
No.
Trust me, everyone is.
Look.
I didn't think of myself as an artist or anything for a very long time. I just picked up 3D like randomly because my brother asked me to join a game jam with him, and I just started making models.
That's
and
cool.
It spiraled out.
I will say, if you
Server lost?
Yeah, service
Interesting.
lost.
if you need some orc or goblin flags, my skill level is it's definitely there for orc and goblin flags.
Yeah.
For anything else, I'm sorry.
The goblin and orc flags were just reworked because
Oh,
they
no.
were too childish.
No, I'm no longer good enough.
You missed your chance to join the art team.
Look, Skewer Drake is just peak. It's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it is fine. That's it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense to whoever created it before. I don't know who did it.
I think it was J Bean. I remember being told that like or Shattered Crown, they were just made in paint by J Bean. But I mean, It definitely gets across the vibe, I would say, quite well.
Yeah, but they were just what we thought for the rework was that while they are the right vibe, that they're like quite monstrous and they're not really craftsman inclined or whatever. They're not very artistic. They're still in the population of the thousands of orcs that are in a war tribe. There should be like at least one who can do it like a little bit better.
Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense then. Alright, so you have to rehost the game crashed for taters.
Yeah.
So yeah, what goes into making a model then? Like how do you do it? What programs do you use and that sort of thing?
Do you want the long explanation or the simplified one?
It depends. How fast is your computer at loading up Anbennar?
I'm already loaded in.
Oh, okay. I haven't yet. I only just started again. I mean, just
All right, so starting from like the basic level, 3D model is basically a mesh, which is a connection of points called verts and triangles, and they like create together an object that is geometry. On top of that, you get textures. They are in EU4. There are three used to define it. First is color. Second is normal, which is how light's affected, which then you can add details with that. So you can have like small dots on your chest that just through the lightning, it seems like there is more geometry there, but it's actually a flat surface or something like that. And also there is the in Wiki 3 its properties. I haven't worked in U4 because I just did the project for Wiki 3. I think it's called the specular map, which is actually not the specular map. It's a properties map, which defines like country colors, how rough a material is. So if it like reflects stuff, and the what else was there? The specular. Wait, actually no, the specular and the something else. I don't know. I don't remember.
no worries.
Yeah, so basically, and then under all of that, you have a skeleton, an armature, which like you connect points on the mesh to a bone, and then when the bone moves, the points move with it, and the bones are connected to each other, like an actual skeleton in a person. And you can animate that and export it, and it should work, which it doesn't most of the time.
Fair enough.
Because the tools for modding you for 3D are really, really buggy, I would say. I actually found an issue like yesterday doing stuff for the DevClash. Sorry.
No worries.
Yeah. So I found a bug. I'm probably just gonna report it to the dev. Like found it yesterday, creating stuff for the DevClash, which I don't know if we'll see. This session, I don't know if we'll make it until the Crimson Deluge. Which is for which I created something horrible, which you will love, of course.
I'm looking forward to
of
it.
Course.
All I was told it was just horror. Yeah, just need to keep an eye out for it. What date is it that usually pops up again?
It's 20 years after Castle of Death, or 20 years after the Cornite Reformation Proclamation. Sorry.
Right. Okay. So yeah, gotta keep an eye on that then.
Yeah, it's just more Necroarch, I'm sorry.
Of course. Is it? Are we gonna end up seeing Necroarch raining down from the sky across Canor, something along those lines?
I cannot say what it is. It's a surprise, so.
Oh god. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, how? With we saying that you're working on the Centaurs for like a year now, what is it that is making Centaurs more difficult than any other kind of model?
I would say that it's first of all is the animations. I never have animated a horse before, and as it turns out, it's really hard. I spent around 2 months. Of course, I have other stuff to do, but in my free time, like 2 months, I spent just trying to perfect the attack animation for the Centaur,
right?
Which is only like 12 seconds long. So yeah, that's about shows it. And of course, it's really hard to get the proper design with the culture, which is mostly Mongol based for the Centaurs, with the unit models, because the descriptions for the tech levels, the unit tech levels, they're like pretty weird, which is hard to imagine with the Mongol culture in mind, as well as you need to have like some progression of the stuff they're wearing.
Right.
And how many types of armor for a horse can you really imagine?
Look, I was one of the fools that bought horse armor for Oblivion. I bought that DLC. I can imagine 3.
Yeah, so there will be 3 of them, and I already have an idea how to do them. I just need to sit down, finish everything else, which I'm almost done with, and I'm getting back to it.
Okay.
Can I also ask you guys, you gone into the game yet?
There is no ID posted yet.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I was just wondering if I was just being a perk and not able to connect.
Yeah, no, we're just waiting on that now.
Yeah.
Okay. So with Centaurs, could you not? I am completely ignorant of the actual process. Is it not possible to like steal the animation from cavalry that's already in the game?
So the problem with that is the exporter for animations from game. They have to convert it into something that Blender, which I use, understands. And in that process, the connection between bones is lost, which means you just have points which move the body around. So it's really hard to change anything in that animation.
Right.
And also, for some reason, some of the animations have static coordinates, which you cannot change by moving the bones. It's hard to explain exactly what I mean, but it just, for an easy fix, when a weapon is in the bad place, you can just edit the bone to be in a different place, but it just snaps back into place when you play the animation.
Right. So there's just some awkward issues relating to exporting.
Yeah, it's just easier to create it all from scratch, to be honest, based on what you had. And also, the in-game animations aren't that good, to be honest. Like, they're 10 years old for the cavalry moving, and I don't know, I didn't like how they looked, so I just made my own based on some other references I saw online.
Okay.
I think they look better, at least the running part is really good. I had a really good reference for that.
Well, I'm excited to get to see it. Honestly, any chance of a sneak preview at some point, send me a DM.
I mean, it's us, Anbennar is public development. Actually, everybody can see the progress on Centaurs. You just have to find the thread for it.
Okay.
No exclusive view for you, apparently.
No, apparently
there is no exclusive view. It's all in public.
I am going to look for it at some point then.
Art and GFX 3D Centaur. And
it'll definitely be there somewhere. Just type in Centaur in that channel and you'll find it.
Yeah.
So you said as well that you are working in the art team as well?
Yeah, the administrative part of the art team, because we are so understaffed at the moment. It's just a lot of things to do, and also keeping track. We don't have like a secretary to keep track of everything that is being done. And we have some artists that are very, very fast in what they do. So it's really hard to keep a track of everything that is being done. So creating spreadsheets, actually writing the guide, which I'm doing right now, and just talking over stuff with everybody. It doesn't seem like a lot of work, but when you do it, you just don't have the energy after that to sometimes actually work on your stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
So if somebody, it's a question sort of similar to what I've asked before. If somebody wanted to add in their own artwork, like what would be the process behind, like saying, "Look, I made this thing for Anbennar. Do you like it? Do you want to put it in the mod?" Like, what's the process behind that?
So basically, there are of course the review pipelines for every type of content that is added to the mod. That's why we have reviewers. But in shortness, the art pipeline can be really just condensed into: you post stuff, people give you feedback. If you fulfill their feedback, everybody is happy, it gets into the mod. That's it.
Okay.
So you just need to make the lore people that you're gonna add to and the art reviewers happy, and that's it. And it can just go into the mod. There's like, you don't need to write an application. You can just go into the art and GFX channel and say, hey, I want to do this. I would recommend starting with something small, because we had a lot of people, as it was a problem with content as well. That's why they added the onboarding. We don't have onboarding sadly in our team. We had the same issue that people started to doing like some bigger projects, like some very complicated icons, some, I don't know, racial pick or unit 3D models, and they just disappear.
I have found the thread with the Centaurs. I do like what I'm seeing.
Thank you.
Very nice. Oh, he has flair? He has flair? No shot. Okay. No, this is... Look, there was a level at which I was expecting, like, and to be impressed, and then there's what I just saw. That's very good.
Thank you very much. Trying my best. It's months of work, to be honest, so feels good.
No, that's...
Yeah, we always appreciate all the work you do.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, you're showing it on stream, alright? So
I am, yeah.
yeah, just don't show the upper. No, they're unfinished. You're showing older versions. No.
I
Yeah,
went to...
show the oldest version. Yeah, there we go.
You can see his ass like going upwards when he lands. Weirdly.
Uh-huh.
If you play it, and it just
It's not
off.
all the best part about the arse just going up.
Look,
It's yeah, it's just like it's like Jello. It's Jello that's starting to stand up. I don't know why it looked like that. I had to fix that.
no, but I mean, showing the process is a whole part of it, though, right? That's...
I mean, yeah.
You can see
how
how it used to be compared to how it goes.
Up.
Okay, perfect. No, but that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that in game.
Yeah, just seeing you get crushed by the giant horde that forms and
Yeah.
all your units with those horses. Good.
So hopefully, which is a really insane goal that I'm putting on myself, I'm trying to finish the model before this Sarhal update.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest. I don't. It's an impossible task.
Have dreams.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it
would
looked
love...
good like a month ago.
I'm rooting for you. And I might even play Centaurs. I might be convinced.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm actually creating, so people actually play in Forbidden Plains. It should be deleted, by the way. I don't like that.
You are making the models for a place that you would see deleted. That's just peak. That's peak.
I mean, you know, content is content.
Sure. Did you also make the Haraf worm as well?
Yes, that is correct. The Haraf worms were just as the White Walls of Castanor. They were actually created for the guide writing purposes, because I needed to understand how to animate map objects and also how to add particles to them. So I just thought, wait, there are giant worms in Haraf. I'm just gonna make them jump.
That's kind of
And
cool.
works.
I like it. I don't know
If
if
one
they
shows up right
show
now.
it. I don't think they show up when we're in the lobby. I haven't seen one.
I don't think they do, yeah.
That's sad.
They jump randomly around like 20 to 30 seconds each. Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Wait.
but everyone loves those goddamn worms.
They are so cute, and they will eat you whole if you take one step into Haraf
That's the
Desert.
one's kink out there.
Yeah, there's some up in the north as well. They used to be. I think they're not there yet. So yeah, you're making Centaurs. You've made the worm. You made the walls of Castanor. What other things have you done as well then? Because it's clearly not enough. No, that's just like an overview of the things you've made. Because there's a lot of things in the mod that just look awesome, and I'm just gonna highlight some stuff.
It's really hard to remember because I had like a big pause. Lately, I created the model for a Wiki free mod, which is you cannot show right now.
I'd have to install Wiki 3.
Yeah, it's not even in the game yet. I just finished the model like 4 days ago. It's for the Isobeli city. I also created some like smaller 2D assets. And as for 3D, I really cannot remember what else I added. I don't think I did that much, to be honest. Like, I just sit on my ass all day and stare at centaurs.
Were the gnolls you're doing, or were they...
The gnolls were Alexius. I only reviewed them.
Okay.
Alexius just came into, said that he wants to create gnolls. I said okay, and he just finished them pretty quickly, which makes me look bad. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it makes you're the project manager. You take on the higher level role, so it makes you look good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's...
You also claim their achievements as your own. There
Exactly.
We go.
No, I would
Job
never
of
do
project
that.
manager.
I think also for the 3D stuff I made, the past like a month because of the DevClash, I haven't been too productive, because of the whole adding stuff every session for Nekorin, the unit models, the animations that I made, for the second session. The third one I didn't do anything because I think I had exams, and for this one I would love to show it right now, but it's just the Deldush is not yet here.
Hopefully we'll maybe get it next week then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah,
Be nice to see you on stream.
And you're also reviewing the Heroes Gate here as well.
Yeah, I mean, as a writer reviewer and the only person who actively is a 3D guy in the team, in the art reviewers, everything that is 3D just goes under my what is it called? Under my wings, and I just try to push them in the right direction. The Heroes Gate is just started like yesterday, I think.
Okay.
The guy just came into the channel, said that he wants to do it, so I set everything up for him.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing that as well. Especially, I like me some dwarves, and obviously more 3D assets. It's another thing that it's wild to me how much more effort it's going to be for future Paradox games, with the implementation of just way more 3D stuff. And so you said you were working on stuff for Wiki 3 as well. Are you working on like the character models? Is that something that's in your wheelhouse?
I could do that, but I don't play CK3 or Wiki 3. I only did the Wiki 3 model as a commission. I don't even own the game, which is very funny. So I don't know if it will actually work in game, so I'll have to do probably some fixes.
Okay.
As for the character models, I think that it's actually gonna be a bit less work as well.
Oh, really?
Because the tools we have for EU4 and all of the limitations that there are here might actually be worse for us.
Okay. That's something that I've felt for a while, is that it would be more difficult, but hearing an artist say that it would be less work is...
It might be actually like the same amount of work.
Okay. I suppose the tools do certainly help quite a lot then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That is good to know. But yeah, is there anything that you want to like shout out or tell people to go and look at? Tell them to go and do?
I mean, of course, I'm gonna shout out the art team again.
Naturally, yeah. No,
if you like feel like creating anything, and you at least have the interest in it, I think that's enough. You can just come in, join us. We really need people, please. I think that's it. I don't even play the mod, so I don't know what I could shout out. The rendering is cool. The rendering is pretty cool.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
And
For
of
sure.
course, this Sarhal release will be amazing. Anybody who says that it's not is probably right. Anyways,
All right.
I'm
well,
just joking. I'm just joking.
I think it's going to be phenomenal. But yeah, thank you very much for coming to chat with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Ceremoniously kicking you out soon. There we go.
No, yeah. It's certainly interesting hearing that he thinks it's going to be less work or the same amount of work as before, because a lot of the talk that I've heard about, CK3 and then Vic3 after it, was that it would be, the rate of mods, or the rate of modding in general would be much slower because of it.
I mean, on the 3D side, that would be like the rate of modding will be the same. There will be more things that have to be done before the mod can like properly release without placeholders.
Yeah.
Because for the EU4 you can just have like a random unit model, which actually it's kind of the same situation. If you had like a pop, which is a kobold, and then in EU4 you have a unit model for kobolds, which are just a person, a guy, then it's like kind of the same situation. Maybe it's more immersion breaking because it's supposed to be the pop, and you don't really look at unit models, to be honest.
I suppose I just have an elevated idea of how much more difficult 3D stuff is than 2D. But maybe I'm wrong.
I've done Maya before when I was in my undergrad. It's hard as balls. So Karguin, you get my respect for actually having a skill in 3D modeling. Right there.
I would say that creating a template, because that's what CK3 and Wiki3 is using. They're like templates that are being changed to create the characters. So creating a single template is probably the same amount of time spent in 3D, if you're at least a bit skilled enough, as creating a whole set of advisor portraits for a race.
Okay.
I would say it's about the same amount of work. So it might actually be less. It's really hard to like put into numbers how long it will take for each of it, because it's very case by case, of course, and depending on the person. I think that the change will be that there will be more need for 3D people for modding, and there are less people who are 3D inclined than 2D inclined. So modding might actually take longer.
Okay. Well, we're back in game. We'll let you go then. Hopefully we get to see the Crimson Deluge, but if not, then certainly we'll be looking out for it next week. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Worship Corin.
Yeah, Corin, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna kick myself out. Have a good one.
Yeah, have a good one.